Hey guys, I know it's been a minute, but I'm really excited to jump on here and share with you guys a new face cleansing, whipped face cleanser that I formulated using some of the amazing new products in the Brambleberry skincare collection. I'm actually offering this recipe for free if you are in my secret Facebook planner group, which you have access to when you purchase the full version of my planner. So if you're interested in that, just head over to my website. All right, let's get started. So I have gone ahead and pulled out my pre-measured foaming bath whip, which I'm pulling off to the side. This is actually a Brambleberry foaming bath butter. I'm going to start with measuring out my liquids, and this is going to be for the phase 1 portion of my formulation. Starting out by pouring out the appropriate amount of aloe vera liquid, which I'm actually going to be using in the lotion portion of this cleanser. Next, I'm measuring out rose water. This Brambleberry's rose water smells absolutely delightful. All right, so now we are going to measure out our oils, and these are not just any old oils. This is the new Brambleberry premix for lotion. It's absolutely a delicious blend of delightful oils, and I've already microwaved it to the appropriate temperatures. And then I pulled my liquid that we measured a few moments ago, made sure that that was around the same temperature, and actually my mix was a little bit warmer, which is good because my liquid was a little bit cooler in the area I'm working. It's a little bit cooler, and if you don't have those temperatures at least 170 degrees, you'll find some solidification that will happen with your premix. So, and just lotion in general, you just want to make sure that your waxes and your oils all stay fluid for you while you mix it with your liquid. Okay, so now I'm going to measure in some calendula extract. This is actually Brambleberry's new water soluble extract. I could have put it in with the water phase of this recipe, but I actually forgot, but it is no biggie. It will mix in quite delightfully, but I didn't want to forget it in the actual recipe, so I'm going ahead and measuring it out to the appropriate measurement using my pipette. I'm going to follow up that beautiful extract with some liquid silk by Brambleberry. If you've never used liquid silk in your whip soap or sugar scrub, it just adds a beautiful softness to the texture, and this just adds to the luxuriousness of this skincare product. So I'm adding the appropriate measurement of liquid silk. Okay, so here I actually popped my mix into the microwave for 30 seconds just to kind of liquefy it a little bit more before we mix it up and make sure that all of those ingredients are incorporated. Okay, so it's stick blending time. We're gonna just stick blend it for a minute or so. Because it's such a small portion, we don't have to stick blend it for very long, just long enough to ensure that everything is well incorporated. Okay, I'm going to do a final hand mix and scrape off the sides of my container just to ensure everything is well incorporated before we go ahead and preserve this section. I'm checking the temperature because it's very important before you add preservative that your temperature is appropriate so it doesn't burn it off. I'm actually going to be using GeoGuard 221, which is a new preservative Brambleberry offers in their new skincare collection. I thought I'd note that I only added preservative, a small amount of preservative in this lotion because our foaming bath butter is already preserved. And so we're just ensuring that this product, the new product that we're making, is also preserved prior to incorporating the two into one another. After mixing that preservative in to the product well, I will push it off to the side and we'll get started with the whip portion. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and measure in some liquid glycerin into our pre-measured foaming bath butter. Liquid glycerin is an amazing humectant for the skin. All right, so it is mixing time. If you do not have a stand mixer, no worries. A handheld mixer will do the exact same job. You're just trying to incorporate air into that foaming bath butter to make it nice, light, and airy. We're going to be starting off at a lower setting just to kind of get it to break down. I also want to note it's important that you sanitize all of your equipment. So all of this equipment has been pre-sanitized with a bleach water solution, or you want to use alcohol level at like a 70% so that it's ensured to kill bacteria. It's also important to note that I start off with a low setting so that I can break down that foaming bath butter, and then I will work it up to a medium-low mix, and then I periodically will scrape the whisk and the sides just to make sure that everything is in the bowl and breaking down. It is now time to incorporate that lovely lotion base that we created earlier into our stand mixer with our foaming bath whip. It has had some time to cool, so it won't melt the foaming bath whip that we took that time to add just a little bit of air into. We really didn't want to add much air into it earlier just because we can't over mix with foaming bath butter. But now it's time to like really mix it, get it all incorporated. So I'm starting off with a low setting, and then I will be working my way up into a higher setting so that we can actually add that fluff and make it light and airy. Be sure to periodically stop your stand mixer, your handheld mixer, and scrape off the edges of the bowl. Make sure that you get down inside of the bowl, and also fold your mix as opposed to just kind of stirring. Okay, so now that my mix has gotten creamier, before there's too much air incorporated into the mix, I'm gonna go ahead and add my natural fragrance oil. This is actually a new product as well in the skincare line. And I actually not only add this coconut milk, but I do add cucumber water, believe it or not. It just adds like this little bit of freshness in the back note. But I forgot to add it in this portion, so you will see it later in the video. Okay, so after mixing all of my ingredients in, I'm going ham on the setting. I'm at high setting and just incorporating as much air as I can to create that light fluffy look. Look at that. All right, so we are almost finished. We have whipped air into our foaming bath butter to create this beautiful velvety whipped cream texture. Oh, delicious. And here is where I add the cucumber water, natural fragrance oil, because remember, I forgot to add it with the coconut milk. And I'm just gonna fold it in as opposed to actually stirring it too much, because we don't wanna lose all of that fluffy texture that we created with whipping. And now it is time to finally pipe our beautiful whipped cleanser into our jars. I'm actually using just some plastic jars, 4-ounce plastic jars that I have, but Brambleberry actually sells these frosted glass jars with their new skincare collection. so beautiful. I'm choosing to use my glass jars that I have for my cream moisturizer. That is a Brambleberry kit. It's a cucumber face cream. Oh, I'm so excited about that one too. So I'm using my glass jars for that, but you could totally use glass jars for this cleanser, and because you don't need a whole lot, you know, a 4-ounce jar is perfect. After piping, I let it sit out overnight just so that it completely cooled down and hardened, and here is our final product. These are 4-ounce jars. I was able to pipe about 10 jars and they weigh about 3 ounces each. The product itself is very firm, but it's still light and airy, and when water is applied to it, it creates this very velvety, lotion-like cleanser. It's a really beautiful option for your skincare line. Thanks so much for watching my first video of 2022. See you guys next time.